Does the kid know how to act like an NPC and reach his taco goal on the hype train?
What's NPC?
An NPC is a non-playable character in a video game. You know how we do video game hands?
Yes.
Somebody with video game hands who just stands there, like the people who just walk by you in Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Those are NPCs. There are people on Twitch and TikTok who act like NPCs and just ask people to send them gifts, like animated tacos and galaxies, and they somehow get money from that. And it's a phase that came and went as quick as a wind would.
Wait, I want to be an NPC. Play me. Fucking pay me.
Well, I think it's also a sexual
Not
thing.
play me. Oh, okay. Welcome to our podcast. Welcome to the podcast, you guys.
I'd like to remind you all before we start today, in case anyone needs a little bit of reminder because of that. Welcome back to the podcast where a comedian and a hairdresser help you tackle your goddamn problems about your relationship to stuff. Could be anything. Anything at all. We had a fight yesterday.
Yes, we did.
You want to talk about it, Zoe?
Well,
I wasn't planning on it, but I did just remember it as I'm looking at you.
One of the questions we have for today
is, did you guys fight yesterday?
No, is how's marriage been? And I wasn't going to answer it and tell you to mind your own goddamn business.
Whoa, what the fuck? Zoe is kind of on one.
Yeah, I've been a little bit cranky the last 2 days.
Maybe it's because you haven't been to a good comedy show in a long time. On the 19th of August... No. We'll do the 15th first. Tomorrow, I'm at Valley Poppins, which is going to be a free show where good comedians are running new material in the green room in Sherman Oaks at 8 p.m. 420 free environment. The show is free. You just have to RSVP on Eventbrite.
Is it a 420 free or 420 friendly?
420, it's both. Because the event is 420 friendly and it's also free to get in with an identification of 21 years or plus.
21, no.
On the 19th, I'll be at Aviation Nation in Venice. On the 22nd, I'll be back at the Green Room for another Valley Poppins, 8 p.m. It's right after open mic. Free Valley Poppins at the Green Room, Sherman Oaks. On the 24th, I'm doing Abbot Kidding at Roosterfish in Venice. On the 26th, I'm at the Alamo Draft House for Jay Light's fucking show. And I keep forgetting what the name is, but it's a game show. It's going to be horny as fuck. On the 29th, Valley Poppins. You already know the deal. Sherman Oaks. Free show, Green Room, 8 p.m. 420 friendly. On the 1st of September, that is the next Surrounded. And the Improv main room, that starts at 7:30. Come spend a Friday night with your boys. Me, Malcolm, Zainab, Drew Lynch, Leslie Lau,
I don't know who else.
Dave
is on it.
Nihill.
Anyone else?
Probably.
Uh-huh.
And I always forget one. Malcolm Barrett again. On the tour from the 17th to the 23rd, we'll be on the East Coast. I'll be in New York City, still waiting exact dates for that, but I'll tell you a couple of them. On September 20th, I'll be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, CT. That's 203. Bridgeport, CT. Tickets for that are on MikeFalzone.com. At the 21st, Surrounded in New York City at the Stand. That's a Thursday night, 10 o'clock. I know it's a school night, but I don't give a shit. I'm not there all the time. Tough it out. Throw a coffee in you. Friday morning. On the 27th, I'm back in Long Beach for Bear City at Que Sera. And is that why you've been in a bad mood?
Que Sera. No. I woke up in like a tizzy from a nap yesterday, and it literally threw me off for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that's what started our argument. which we don't really argue that much.
You woke up cranky.
Yeah.
And you thought that I was being a dick.
Yeah.
When I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it was a very frustrating situation because I wasn't being a dick, but there was no way to convince you that that wasn't true. You had your mind made up.
Well, so in my defense,
not attacking you, just saying.
You made this face where sometimes you smile, and that's what sent me over the edge. Is we were on our way to dinner with friends of ours.
Yes.
And I had asked him to turn on music. Now, this was after the fight was kind of ish over, right? Or
that's what we thought. That's what half the car
The attitude was over because I thought it was over, right?
Yeah.
And I put my hand on you and I asked you to turn on music. And you literally looked down and then looked back up at me like, because you were also doing something on your phone. And then you gave me the smile that you give me when you're slightly annoyed. So it's like hard to tell when you're annoyed, but you're not.
Sure.
But you are, but you're not.
Sure.
And sure, there was a little bit of annoyance there because I did have a bit of an attitude.
But can I tell you where the smile actually came from? Because there is a perception of where the smile came from, and then its original origins.
Okay.
I was under the impression, I'll give you a perfect example, that President Abraham Lincoln was born in the White House. And that's not the case. He's from Nebraska or something like that. There's a difference between the facts of where he actually came from, which I don't know, and the perception of where I thought he came from when I was a child. Where the smile actually came from was, thank God the fight part of this is over and you're touching my leg, and now we get on to the music part of it.
Yeah.
However, if you don't believe that to be the case, then I have nowhere to go, and I can't smile, and I can't be annoyed, and now I have nothing left. Cry, I guess, is the last one that I didn't.
I mean, you can cry.
And then we had a fight about whether or not my smile was legitimate, and I didn't know. I kind of gave up at that point because I'm like, okay, you're not believing me about the origins of my smile, so now I feel like I don't even have a place in this argument.
Well, thankfully, it was talked about, and we got over it.
This was my point the entire time. And this is a real question from me to you on the podcast.
Yes.
Pretend I wrote in. Dear Zoya.
Yes.
Keep my name anonymous. This is Mike. Has there ever been a time in our relationship where I've been annoyed and I did not tell you about it?
Yeah.
When?
No. There's never been a time where you haven't been honest about when you're annoyed with me.
I'm going to say something and I don't want it to make you upset. And if it does, I immediately take it back regardless of how much I mean it.
Hold on a second. Are you sure you want to do this? Because I've been spicy.
I honestly don't know.
Very spicy.
I honestly
lately.
don't know, but it wasn't a good week for questions.
And I said that
So I do want to talk about something interesting on a show, and it's real as fuck. And you were the realest as fuck person I've ever met in my entire life.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this next thing, and then I'm going to duck.
I have 2 mugs here and several sharp things.
It's not going to stop me from being honest.
Do it.
I'm not the one who gets upset and does not uncover the origin of why I'm upset until I figure out how I
I told you the origin of it was waking up late and still having to shower and get ready for this thing.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is sometimes you get upset.
Yes.
And you don't tell me because you are mulling it over in your brain whether or not you're really upset or not.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I know that you're upset because I have a sixth sense about these things.
We've talked about this on the podcast before, and
Which
I don't
podcast?
mean to our podcast. And I haven't, and I believe that you know that I have to put things through the crazy meter, or
Don't call it a crazy meter.
Crazy
People
filter.
are going to get upset.
Okay, I
Even
don't
if
care.
you're talking about
I
yourself,
don't give a
you
shit.
can't.
I'm talking about myself. I don't care. This is my podcast. I don't fucking care.
Canceled probably. From what? Who knows?
Too fucking bad. So I have to like put things through like my crazy filter, right? So it's, am I overreacting? Is this something that is actually an issue or that needs to be brought up and an argument about it? Because everyone thinks that I'm so ready to like argue and be combative like all the time.
Same.
No one fucking likes it. No one likes it. No one likes to fight. No one likes the way they feel when they're fighting. No one appreciates. But if need be, I'm ready to go.
No one is welcoming it, but neither of us are shying away from it.
No, because sometimes you need to have those things every once in a while in order to grow in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So
you gotta eat garbage to get sick, is what I say.
Right. So there are times where you clearly know that I am annoyed. No, I'm not ready to talk about it. Give me a minute. And if it actually makes it through all of the questions that I have for myself and my crazy filter, then yeah, I will.
So here's my thing. Here's how we're different. I don't have that kind of patience. So if I'm really annoyed, I will tell you exactly why I'm annoyed, and I'm not going to hide it from you.
Marriage is about patience, my love. It's about having patience for one another.
I don't really get how that applies to this situation. Do you, or are you just trying to throw me off?
I'm just trying to throw you off.
Oh, manipulative.
Mike's dad does that.
That biting my top lip with my bottom teeth is as much of a filtration system as you're going to get. The problem has to pass through my bottom teeth, and they're crooked, so sometimes it deflects. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
If I love you so much, I loved you yesterday.
Yeah.
Just less.
No, that's not less.
Dude. I'm just kidding.
No. Honestly, like our marriage is actually really good. It's going good. We
been doing good sex.
We
shout out to all my family who listens.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, you want to be honest about marriage, or do you not want to be honest about marriage?
Mike and I are very open with each other when it comes to all of the stuff in our lives.
Yes.
Even the hard stuff.
Even the hornier stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anyway, Zoe.
Yes.
I love you so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
What are you writing down for the potential title
Nothing.
of this episode?
None of your business.
Anyway, this is the show where we get questions from you. How do we get questions from you? I'll tell you. It's asking and answering my own question. You can hit us up on Instagram, because we have a great team on Twitter and Instagram at Welcome to Our Podcast. Josh is over there fielding your questions. On YouTube, Leah will get to your questions. And you can also text them directly to our community number and also be put in a loop about shows and stuff like that if you didn't pay attention to the first 5 seconds of the podcast at 818-722-8682.
Oh, good memory, babe.
Thank God I memorized
finally
that number finally. It's tough. Yeah. Dude, the first time I do you remember memorizing your first like house number, your landline?
Yes.
That's like the first responsibility you're given.
Yeah, but mine changed so often.
Yeah. How'd you do it? Did you know? Did you not know? Because we didn't have cell phones when we were small.
I knew.
We had to make up songs.
I can still remember my sister's landline.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I can't remember mine. And if I think hard enough, I can think of Mary's parents. Too.
I only stayed... your camera's in the view of the your phone's in the view of the camera, so be careful who you're looking up right now. Anywho, I could only memorize friends' numbers that were simple, so I straight up wouldn't be friends with people who had a complicated number.
Yeah,
I was like, I'll be nice to you in school, but we're not going to hang out.
Yeah.
Anyway, Zoe, do we have questions for this week?
We do.
Go ahead.
We have some. I mean, they're fine.
They're fine?
They're fine.
Okay.
Someone wants to know, how do you get over the fear/anxiety of talking to your crush when you know they like you?
Where does the fear and anxiety come from if usually the part that births all the fear and anxiety is known already?
Right.
My fear, talking to people that I had a crush on, is that they wouldn't return the feelings.
Right.
But if you already know they like you, then what are you afraid of?
Right. Are you afraid of them finding out who you really are? This anxious ball of anxiousness, or
Well, what the fuck?
what? Like, I'm just being honest.
Calling names?
No, stop. But I think you will never get over those feelings, that anxiousness or, fear, if you don't try. Sometimes being uncomfortable.
I want to know what you're uncomfortable about.
Yeah.
How are you going to handle fear and anxiety about hard things if things that seem like a good things give you fear and anxiety? You know what I mean? How are you going to ever go to the DMV if you can't handle, I know this person likes me, but I don't know how to talk to them? You like them, they like you? Talk. Conversation's going to be easy. Both of you want to hear what the other person has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Go forth and talk.
Go forth and...
Cat.
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Eventually, if it's okay with everyone, you can.
Yeah. And that would be nice.
Yes, I can. That's what you have to say to yourself. You're approaching this person. You like them. They like you. You say, yes, I can.
Yes, I can.
I maybe wouldn't say it out loud, but you think it to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that the answer to that one was so abrupt. I feel like we didn't get a lot of legs out of that one.
I feel like...
Did you ever have anxiety knowing that somebody liked you and that you return those feelings? I could see anxiety if you knew someone liked you and you didn't feel the same way.
Sure.
Because then it's like, how do I avoid this awkward situation?
Right. Or not knowing if they like you.
Right. For sure.
Know? But knowing that they liked me and I liked them, it was game on.
Yeah.
Let's make face.
Let's care.
Making face is my favorite.
Making face?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and explain what that is.
Making out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Making face.
Making face.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you suppose that that came from?
I think it came from Mike Mandanese and I stole it.
Mike Mandanese coined making face. Because in my mind, I've heard that before, like a colloquialism, but also I think maybe I've just heard you say it for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's in here.
Yeah.
It's in the bank of things that stuff is called.
Yeah, because I mean, I've known Mike Mandanese for like 20 years.
What if you called him up and asked who invented making face? Would he pick up?
He might. Let's try.
Okay. Maybe this is a situation where
Mike Mandanese also is an amazing tattoo artist out of
Nashville.
I don't know if he's in Nashville, but he's definitely in Tennessee.
Yes. He's incredible. Dude, one time, so Mandanese is, if you didn't know him, he looks like big tough biker guy. Big beard, tattoos.
Welcome to your wireless carrier's voicemail system.
Okay.
Your call has been...
You immediately got...
I got to shut the fuck up.
You
Button.
got shut the fuck up.
Shut the
fuck up. That can't feel good.
Up.
Anyway,
He might
make
be
a
working.
face.
Anyway. So yeah, make face. Just fucking go for it. Just...
Yeah, dude.
Because how do you know that you even really like this person back if you can't even talk to them?
Yeah.
Come
you
on,
just
people.
what do you like the idea of them? Are you scared to figure out who they really are, like you said earlier?
Are you afraid to find out who you really are?
Are you afraid to... And we're all wearing a mask. What is it, Halloween? Who are any of us underneath the mask? Old Man Withers from Scooby-Doo? Are you afraid that you're Old Man Withers?
Are you afraid to allow your mask to come off and be Old Man Withers?
You can't take your cat out unless the mask comes off.
Old Man Withers?
Old Man Withers.
So yeah, I mean, I guess just go for it.
Do we
I
have
mean,
any
I know
other
it's not a
questions?
bad... I know that's not great advice, but I'm also not a therapist, so...
You're
I
not
shouldn't
a
probably-
therapist? You would be a good therapist. All you have to do is dress nicer.
I don't dress nice now?
Not right now, no. If a therapist came into the session and just had yoga pants and a tank top on, I'd be like, what the fuck am I talking to right now?
Why would it matter? what they have on.
Because of perception. What if your doctor came in, tie-dye t-shirt, and was like, we got to fix that hole in your kidney?
Yeah, let's fix it. I wouldn't judge something like that. Something like that to me means that they are probably way more cool than you even give them credit for.
I'll say
because
this, dude.
if your lawyers got on tie-dye, and the lawyers are
different.
notorious to
Yeah.
be suit and tie always.
Yeah. I suppose that is the difference.
I think all
maker.
of that stuff is getting like as these, and I'm here for it. I think that a lot of these very strict rules are being broken over time.
Dress code rules.
Yeah, like I think it's such bullshit. Like you don't need to be, if you're in court, sure, okay, everyone needs to be in fucking suit, tie, whatever.
But
shirt.
not if you're in doctor's office, that's a mesoscope.
I don't think so. I don't. Well, they're on their feet and running around all fucking day long.
What if you were at OBGYN and the person's wearing overalls and has car grease?
Most
all
of
over
the time
them?
at the OBGYN,
LGBTQ.
yeah, they are in scrubs. So
But that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Obviously familiar with and comfortable with
Yeah.
medical professional in scrubs,
Yeah.
but medical professional in jean shorts and tie-dye t-shirt with stethoscope and lanyard.
well, probably for OSHA regulations, they're not allowed to wear shorts, so they would always be in some type of pants.
You're giving me too many for instance. I'm saying you walk into the OBGYN
yeah, whatever.
and you're waiting and you're
She's looking at my snatch anyway. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what she has on.
you wouldn't pass any judgment.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Jean shorts,
I don't care what people wear.
stilettos and jean shorts and
Bitch, you just
oversized.
get home from the club?
yeah.
How you doing?
She got home from the
Yeah.
club and her hair is a mess and she's like, what are we doing?
Well, that's different. That's different. But if you just got home from the club and doing the walk of shame into work, you best be
The doctor's
already.
hookup is right next to their work. And they have
Imagine.
they come in eating a bacon, egg, and cheese from Dunkin' Donuts.
Good for them. Dude, as long as you're not hungover, like,
let's take a look
digging
at that
around,
thing.
they would
Let's take a
never.
look at this going jail.
Imagine eating during like a fucking a pelvic exam.
Yeah.
Blech.
You don't want to mix up your schmears if you're eating a bagel during a... I don't like this. It got
I
too
don't like
gross.
where this went.
I don't like padding the answers
Okay.
because we don't have a ton of questions.
Yeah.
Because it's always going to go somewhere gross.
You're
And
nasty.
nobody wants that.
That's fine. We have fun.
Mixing up schmears, dude. No thanks. I'm saying no thanks. Anyway.
Next question is, I'm trying to buy a house with my partner and kid. Do you have any tips for buying a house?
Put the kid to work.
Does it look like we have bought a house?
No. No, it doesn't. Not to me, it doesn't.
Well, I will say this. First things first.
Make a lot of money.
Papa's freaks all the honeys. No. You have to see what you can get pre-approved for. So find a broker, someone that can tell you what exactly you can afford. Because in some cases, you can't afford shit. And depending on where you are, like Mike and I right now, we were looking to buy like an apartment or a condo of some sort.
Yes. And then we
But-
got shown a bunch, and then we changed our mind. on
Everything I've seen has not been what I want.
that. We have not even gotten to a place that we would be comfortable renting out of the ones that we've been shown.
Yeah.
Or they're just astronomical.
Yeah.
This is not the place to do it. I think that we move and we go away.
Where though?
St. Louis Obispo. And we have a trailer by the water.
I think we
and we
need
make
to like
coffee every day on an open flame.
open up our search area and be open to living farther away from work
You know what's
than I
interesting?
want.
The people, well, I don't want that for you. I want things to be convenient for you.
But that's not in our price range.
Listen, I think that the people asking us this question, there's a pretty good chance that you know more about saving up to buy a house than we do, because because of where we're at, and realty is all location. We are in pricey location. So we write off a lot of the possibility of buying a place anywhere near us, and then we just don't think about it.
Right.
If you're in a place where it's way more of a possibility, gonna burp, then chances are you have done more research and you're more well prepared to do that.
Yeah.
And good luck, and we hope you get it.
I mean, I guess too, it's like making sure that you know what you can afford.
Yes.
And once you figure that out, is live like you're already paying that mortgage.
Monetize your kid if it's cute.
Or if your
And
child
create
is
an S corp
also...
around the kid, I guess. And then you and your spouse are employees of the kid.
Yep.
Cute Guy Productions or whatever. You name the company. That's not our job.
Two cute babies.
Two cute boys, babies, Inc.
Yeah.
Incorporated.
But I'm assuming that in this question with my partner and kid, I'm assuming the kid is a bit older and can also help to contribute.
Better.
You know?
Get on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Figuring out what your mortgage can be. And then also, do you want to buy something that's a fixer-upper? Do you have enough money for like $100,000 reno? Do you...
Does the kid know how to act like an NPC and reach his taco goal on the hype train?
What's NPC?
An NPC is a non-playable character in a video game. You know how we do video game hands?
Yes.
Somebody with video game hands who just stands there, like the people who just walk by you in Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
Those are NPCs. There are people on Twitch and TikTok who act like NPCs and just ask people to send them gifts, like animated tacos and galaxies, and they somehow get money from that. And it's a phase that came and went as quick as a wind would.
Wait, I want to be an NPC. Play me. Fucking pay me.
Well, I think it's also a sexual
Not
thing.
play me. Oh, okay.
So, okay, we'll have you do your best NPC impression. Okay, that's you. And now what will happen is you would see across your screen like a chili pepper would come. And that would be somebody giving you $1. So you have to
Spicy.
react to that.
Spicy.
Yeah. Okay, and now a galaxy comes. You have to thank them for the galaxy. Wow. Cool. Okay. And now you're
Okay, I'm over this.
You're 10 tacos away from your taco goal on the hype train.
10 tacos. Give me 10 tacos. 10 tacos appear. Oh my God, I hit my goal. Thanks so much.
And then you're out.
Bye, guys.
You just made $75.
That's not bad.
It's not good.
It's funny. So my assistant was telling me the other day that her boyfriend was streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
And she went on to like see like how he was doing, and she basically told him that he sucked and needed to get more kills.
She commented?
Yeah.
That's
and
very
I was
funny.
like cracking up, and I was like, hell yeah.
That's something
She's
you
like,
would
and then
do?
he didn't answer me like the next day. She's like all day long, but he ended up getting lost on a bike ride. I was cracking up. She's like, so I thought he was mad because I was talking shit to him while he was
Yeah.
playing.
What a little kid way to get back.
Yeah, right?
I'm going on a bike ride and you're never even going to see me again forever.
Yeah. But you know who you might see.
The police.
No, it's podcast.
Whoa,
you
what the
guys.
fuck?
The podcast has some new podcast offerings this month. Jagus, the Snorch. Jagus and the Snorch, America's favorite morning radio show on 106.9 The Gas. And Good Luck Bluey, a multi-generational analyst of Australia's best children's television program. You can find all of these podcasts and more at website.biz, and follow us on all socials at Triple P Cast. As always, thank you for promoting our show. You guys are the best. No, you guys are the best.
Thank you. Great ad read, Zoya.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you something.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to ask me as a partner? Is there anything you want to ask me last night? Did you want to slap me across my face last night?
I did. That I did. Did you want to slap me? Actually, I'm not going to say that out loud.
Not allowed to answer it.
Yes.
I would never ever slap you out of anger.
No, I know that. We do.
What would I do to you out of anger? Talk close to you?
I don't know that you've ever even, I mean, you've grabbed me by my wrist and like turned me around before.
Why? Like a sex thing?
No. As like an argument thing.
I've turned
And I
you
was like,
around?
yeah. Because I was like, I'm leaving the house now. And you were like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am.
And I was like, baby, come back.
You can blame it all on me.
I would never stop you from leaving, though.
No.
I
But you were like,
wouldn't
we
want
need to
you
talk
to.
about it. And I was like, I can't talk to you right now.
And then what happened?
Took
a drive?
Yeah, I took a drive.
We don't fight often.
No, we don't.
I wonder if we're good at it.
I think we're fine at it. I think too, like even after like last night, right? And I took a second and took a breath and like was really thinking about it. Like I apologize to you.
Yes.
You know, like I think that we argue in a way that we say whatever we need to say and then we take a beat, whether it's in front of each other or whatever, and then we kind of figure out like, okay, I overreacted because I didn't put everything through my fucking crazy thing because we were in a different, like, you know, like we weren't in our normal element. Like we were in the car, so I was like, fuck this, you know, like cranky. And I apologized to you shortly after.
Yes.
You know, so it's not, and it was fine. We had a great time. We had a nice night.
You know what else we don't have? I don't go out and think about the things that I don't like about you. Like I don't really think about what I would change about our relationship. Or I'm never like, oh, she's so thick-headed about X, Y, and Z. Or there's not like lingering things I'm upset about ever. Like if I'm upset, it's a very new situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, just an observation.
Yeah, I think I don't think about anything that I could change about you. I mean,
Can't get any hotter.
maybe a nose job. Anyway, you guys, as you know, patreon.com is
As you
virtual
know,
tip-
you said?
Patreon.com is a virtual tipping and rewards website where you give us a little bit of your hard-earned cash and we give our $10 recurring a shout out. You guys, and that goes as follows. Mr. Howard, Jay the Fifth, Ryan Cruteau, Cole Rusty, Joseph Capricusio, Shannon Haynes, Raja Knows, Luis and Odette, Lauren Chauncey, Paul Gilliam, Derek Helling, Steve Diergo, Chris McCarthy, Trevor the Werefishy, Happy Birthday Starlight, JJ McToots, Rachel last name, Connie Tryon, Hot Potato Head. Hot Potato Head Knows. And Taro Baez, Frankie Matos Music, Johnny Rizito Handcrafted Neckwear. Hey, Johnny.
I owe him a call.
Yeah. CCBB and J, Adman, Emily Paget, Caleb Perkins, Giant Tom Hanks, Lizzie Love, Gavin Welsh, Someone Tell Aaron, Jackie Hammond, Paige Jansen, Guy with Long Hair, Chris Johnson, Anna Valles, Benjamin Putz, Beth Bush, Christina Camille, Josh Cadote, Michael Johnson, Kayla Johnston, Jules Run, Grant Levasseur, Chad Clark, What is Cat, Katie Taylor, Joe Band, Milky Beans, Jess Enright, Lillian Carrillo, Magnus, Barrington Lloyd Lovett, Ben Fuchs, Theodore's Karen Bellis, Janisha Tutton, Danny Sinclair, Jacob D. Bradford, Justine Beebestein, Just Josh, Sergeant Sparty, Ed Birch, Headland Ford, Luminos, Superflaws, It's Tatiana Day, Danielle D. Verona, Dev Ravaro. Jesse Stillwell, Katie Lee G, Rob Devereaux, Don Bure, Luis Hernandez, Alexander Legowski, Felicia Shimberry, and Matthew J. Palka. You guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you next week.
Cat.